I guess my interest in technology came before my interest in data, and I think that happens with a lot of different people. I vividly remember getting a Commodore 64 as in my early teens and was so excited by it because I just thought I was the bee's knees. It was a Commodore 64, for goodness sakes. And I sat and taught myself how to program and create my own games and sit there in a dark room, and that was just the complete start of it for me. I was hooked then. Yeah, unique, that's a lovely way of putting it. My parents have always been absolutely fantastic with me. So bear in mind, I'm a miner's daughter from the northeast. They're not really the most progressive at the time when it came to women's rights. I love where I come from. I think the northeast is fantastic, but a little bit behind on some things when it comes to equality. So I remember my mum had a job in the northeast, and she trained, I think, 3 of the managing directors of the firm. They actually came through her, but she was never promoted, and they used to say things to her like, well, we couldn't possibly give you a promotion. What about these poor men that need to support a family? So the fact that my parents, both of them, were so supportive and never let me or my sisters think we couldn't be anything less than we wanted to be. To be honest, I'm not that comfortable shouting out about my achievements because for me, I've always got more I want to do. So I'm not sure how much an achievement it is. I have never pretended to know it all. I don't think anybody does know it all. However, what I do have is a fantastic network of both men and women, and if I don't know something, I've got no problem picking up the telephone and asking questions. It's not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength, asking for help. I have never once had anybody refuse me help, not once. I guess earlier on in my career, I was trying to pretend to be like everybody else. And I think a lot of young girls especially do that, because what you do is you look around you look at what other people are doing, and you think that's the way you have to behave or that's the way you have to act. And a lot of the setbacks I had was because I didn't quite fit that mould. My career really took off when I stopped pretending to be something other than what I am. Being 6 foot felt like a disadvantage because it made me stand out. Now, it makes me stand out, which is a good thing. So walking to a room, as I did, especially when I started my career, which happened much more often than now, if I walked into a room full of men, at least my height put me on an even keel. Yeah, role models are really, really important. It's great to see somebody doing the kind of things that interests you. And I have met this person on a few occasions, is Maggie Philbin. So when I was a kid and so interested in technology, she was one of the very, very, very few female presenters on TV. She used to be on Tomorrow's World, which was all about technology, and that was required viewing in my house. I wouldn't speak to anybody for the time that was on TV in our house. And actually seeing a woman up on TV fiddling around with all this geeky stuff made a big difference. Honestly, no, I wouldn't consider myself ambitious at all. I like having fun, I like what I do, I like the next challenge, and I like bigger and bigger challenges. So for me, success has changed absolutely dramatically. So I remember having a conversation with my mum. I was at university in Liverpool and I was on the telephone with her, and I got really, really excited going, wow, Mum, if I work really hard, I could get a job for £14,000 a year. And money was quite a motivator at the time. Coming from the northeast, it would be. Now, I want to be happy, I want to be secure, and I want the people around me to feel the same way. I want to have fun. Life's not worth it if you don't enjoy it. Thank you. So this is the skull, and for me is a bit of a life motto. I genuinely think that everybody who lives dies, but everybody who dies hasn't lived. They haven't embraced life, they haven't enjoyed it. And for me, that's what this signifies.